So here we go, Battlefield 2042, the early access beta on the Xbox Series S. Unfortunately, and you're not going to believe this, I couldn't believe it, they've managed to disable game recording and game streaming from the Xbox consoles. Now, we've had this before with games. When Rust came out, they made the same mistake. I guess it's something in the settings at their end that they have to flick on and say, yeah, it's okay to record gameplay and it's okay to stream gameplay. I couldn't believe it, though. Come on, DICE, come on, EA. This is a little bit of an amateur mistake. But anyway, so here we are. As you can kind of see, with the game, you get to choose an operator. And those operators have different abilities and skills, like a drone or a grappling hook or I don't know what one of the other ones has, but there's 4 of them. And you can also then choose the weapon, but you're not fixed to which weapon for which particular class. So, for example, the medic can run with the sniper or an SMG. The assault guy can run with the sniper or a designated marksman's rifle, something like that. And the other rather odd thing is that when you've picked your class and then you go into the game, you then press and hold, I think it's the top left shoulder button, and then you use your on the Xbox it would be your Y, X, B or A, or on the PlayStation it would be triangle, square, circle and X to choose which attachments you want to put onto that particular gun. Say putting a scope onto a sniper rifle. Hopefully, I think it remembers that for when you go in again. But it's a bit odd because one of the reasons why you swap from class to class is sometimes not really because you want to be an assault rifle or a support rifle or player or a medic. It's because you want a different gun. And it takes a little bit longer to kind of customize it. But anyway, this is about first gameplay and first impression. So unfortunately, although this is on my Xbox Series S, I can only capture it at 720p 60 frames a second, when really it should be 1080p 60 frames a second you should be looking at, because that's what my Xbox Series S runs at through my TV. So what do I think about the way it looks? It's very much Battlefield 4. That's the real big first impression I've got after playing it for a few games. It's that kind of Pacific Island kind of look you get on lots of the Battlefield 4 maps. Not really the European feel that you get from Battlefield 1. Now, when we get the other maps, that will obviously change. And I guess I kind of felt that Battlefield 1 is definitely more gritty, and Battlefield 5 are definitely more gritty than this. Now, I have turned off film grain, I have turned off vignetting and lens flare, hopefully, and all that sort of stuff, so I can actually see enemies. And you do have to bear in mind that although this is a beta, the game is coming out in a month's time, so we're not really getting to play the latest version of the game that EA and DICE will have. This will be an old build. So when the real game comes out, it should look a little bit better. Sound-wise, kind of sounded okay. There's quite a few glitches in the way the sound works. Some things don't seem to be making sound. And there's a few graphical glitches as well. There's quite a few parachutes that just kind of hang around and sort of hang in the air. So that was a bit odd. The guns feel great, though, when you're running around and firing them. They definitely have that Battlefield 4 lack of punch that you get. In Battlefield 4, when you've got an AR and you're firing it, they kind of, a lot of them feel like SMGs. They don't have the sheer power of, say, like a gun in, Cold War in Call of Duty or Modern Warfare. So that was a bit odd. I only really got into my own stride near the end of this video when I actually start using a DMR, and then I start doing quite a lot of good work with the DMR actually, and kind of do a little bit of camping in a bush. As you can hopefully see though with the video, it looks pretty cool, the game. It renders really well. This is a 128 player lobby, I think. So 64 versus 64, which is really impressive. The vehicles flying, driving around, and the aeroplanes flying around, the helicopters, all looks very, very good. And I think if you're a big Battlefield 4 fan, you'll definitely feel right at home when you fire this up. You'll be like, great. Now remember, although this is the early access beta, I bought a key at CD keys.com for, I think it was like £3 so I could get in. I haven't bought Battlefield 2042 yet. I kind of haven't really made a decision about whether I am going to buy it or not. I'll need to play it obviously for quite a lot longer. So, okay, so let's get a bit deeper now into impressions, you know. So it's Battlefield 4-ish, kind of looks a bit like Battlefield 4-ish. How did I feel? I'll tell you what, well, in the first game, when I played it, well, I spawned in the robot dog, because they have different gadgets they have, and my guy, you could call in a robot dog that was following me around, and I definitely felt very much like how I felt when Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you know, when that came out, because this is after Battlefield 4. It's after, you know, Modern Warfare. We're almost getting into the era of jetpacks and double jumping and that sort of stuff in terms of the era it's set in. Almost like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you know, that sort of era, and I'm not that comfortable with that, if I want to be really, really honest with you. Now, near the end of the video, when I'm really getting involved in some gunfights and firing rockets and stuff, and it's starting to feel really Battlefield-like, then I definitely started warming up, but I was very much like, I'm not sure about this. Also, all the way through the game, this definitely felt like a game. It definitely felt like a video game. Maybe this is just me, but I know when I play, for example, Battlefield 1, and definitely Battlefield 5 as well. I mean, I know we knocked Battlefield 5, and I've knocked Battlefield 5 horrendously, but one of the things that Battlefield 5 was very good at, and Battlefield 1 was very good at, and Battlefield 4, is you felt like you're in a battle. You did feel like you're in a war. You did feel like you're in a battle. Whereas in this, I didn't kind of feel like that. There's lots of Battlefield moments going off. There's jets crashing into aeroplanes. There's helicopters flying around. There's tanks, you know, doing their thing. But I definitely felt, yeah, this is, hello, bit of a glitch there. This is definitely a video game. It almost felt like the special mode that they have. So within Battlefield 2042, there's this special mode that we can't play in the beta, where you can create your own Battlefield scenarios using soldiers from Battlefield 3, soldiers from Battlefield 5, so you can have World War II soldiers versus, you know, Cold War soldiers, all that sort of stuff. It almost felt like that, like the game had been made in some sort of gameplay editor. I know they are, but a real gameplay editor, and we were being thrown into that. You know, running from flag to flag. Now, part of this could well be the fact that I haven't really played Battlefield 4 seriously for over a year, probably, maybe even a little bit more than that. I've played a bit of Battlefield 1, you know, one of my favourite games of all time. I still think Battlefield 1 is absolutely amazing. So I've played a little bit of that. So some of that might be that, you know, and the fact that with Conquest it is a little bit of a merry-go-round a lot of the time, isn't it? You capture this flag, then you run to this flag, and then you run to this flag. But I definitely felt a little bit like, yeah, this is definitely a video game, and I didn't feel like I was actually fighting in a real war in the way that you do, I feel like, in Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, and to a certain extent, yeah, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 3, I've played a little bit about that. Battlefield 4 as well. So, interesting that way. So. As I started to get warmed up, though, I did start to have a little bit more fun, especially as I picked the DMR. And although this beta, for the first sort of 3 or 4 games I had, I haven't felt like this is terrible, it hasn't blown me away in the way that, for example, the Battlefield 1 beta blew me away when we were playing on the desert map, you know, for that whole week. So I think I need to play it some more, get used to it some more, maybe, you know, fly around in a helicopter for a little bit, get to know the guns a little bit better, get to know this map a little bit better. But my initial thoughts, if I were to sum this up, is if you're a Battlefield 4 fan, you'll probably be pretty happy with this. And I know lots of YouTubers are big Battlefield 4 fans. I think if you're a Battlefield 1 fan and a Battlefield 5 fan, you'll be a bit like, well, this is just like a sandbox, really. This isn't... I don't feel like I'm part of, you know, something visceral. I don't feel like I'm part of a war. It does seem to run pretty smoothly, but there does seem to be quite a few glitches graphically and audio wise. And I think you're really going to have to play this one yourself. At the moment, after playing it for a couple of hours, I'm still undecided about this, because this definitely is not giving me the feel that I get when I play Hell Let Loose. The World War II shooter, where you feel like you're playing in a film. You feel like you're playing in Saving Private Ryan, something like that. So I think in a couple of days, when the open beta opens up, you need to download this on whichever platform you've got, and you've got to give it a go and really think about it, because they're not cheap, the games now, are they? I mean, you're talking £60 at least to buy this game, which is an awful lot of money. And there is so much competition at the moment. We've got the likes of Call of Duty Vanguard coming out. We've got the likes of Hell Let Loose, which you can download and play now. You've got, on next gen anyway, PS5 and Xbox One S and Xbox One X. Sorry, Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X. You've got Insurgency Sandstorm, which has just come out. You've got Enlisted that's come out. There's a lot of good shooters. I mean, you could just carry on playing Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 as well. So, it remains to be seen. As I say, I don't think this is terrible, but it hasn't blown me away yet, but I am keen to play it some more. I'm just very, very gutted that they've turned off game recording from within Xbox, or at least haven't turned it on, and game streaming, because it means, I can't give you the content as easily as I want to. I've got to kind of record it using my old 720p capture card. Then I've got to add some audio, and then what does happen is the audio goes out of sync, because my laptop's not that great at recording stuff. So, anyway, I'll leave you with the rest of this gameplay. This quite a lot. This goes on for about half an hour. Typical Conquest game. Look out for some more content below. Please put your comments below the video as well. What do you think of what you've seen so far? Is this appealing to you? Do you think DICE have done the right thing by going to this area? I mean, a lot of people think. I mean, I think they should have followed Call of Duty to the Cold War and done something like that. But anyway, that remains to be seen. Let's not make any snap judgments. Let's give the beta some more time, and let's hope the Battlefield 2042 will grow on us and will amaze us. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hopefully you found the video useful. If you have, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course I'll see you again soon.
Sector Bravo is ours.
Requesting medical aid!
Charlie.
I'm reloading!
Sector Delta. Got to start securing sectors. Enemy has majority control. Sector's now occupied by hostiles. Sector Charlie. Our forces control most sectors. Enemy has secured Sector Bravo. Our forces are nearing majority control of the sectors. Hostiles control Sector Foxtrot. Alpha.
Majority of sectors under enemy control.
Russians have to retake our sectors or they're done for. Defend them. Sector Charlie.
New coordinates! Move fast!
Majority of sectors under our control. Sector Charlie.
Here we go! Requesting medical aid! Ugh.